Hello, I'm Shayna Davis, the host of the award-winning podcast, The Influence Economy, that is also in the top 3% globally. And I'm thrilled to be here today to talk to you about how you can move beyond podcasting basics and really start using your show as the foundation of something bigger that I call a multimedia empire. So, how many of you would like to land corporate contracts, corporate sponsors, major media appearances, book deals, and high paid speaking engagements? I call those the high five. I've landed those in my business for years, and I've taught thousands of other business owners and influencers how to do the same. But guess what? It's so much easier now that I have a podcast. And I believe that every single person who has a message, who is already impacting people through their skills and their expertise, I believe that they should have a podcast. But here's what I also believe. I also believe that a podcast without a business model is a hobby. I know we don't like hearing that, but if we don't have an ecosystem around our show, it can give us visibility, but it's not going to give us income, especially not going to give us life-changing income. Like, yeah, you can have some sponsored ads, you can sell some merchandise, the typical things that people tell you how to monetize your show, but it's not going to give you lasting income. It's not going to give you a lasting legacy, and it's also not going to allow you to shape industries. So the key is to align the visibility of your show with an ecosystem of products and services and partnerships that I call that visibility ROI. And the best way that I have found to get this ROI on your visibility from your show is by building a multimedia empire with your podcast at the center. Because when done correctly, your show becomes the magnet for better opportunities, bigger clients, and greater exposure. So, how does that work exactly? How do you get that scalable and predictable income like those high five opportunities that I shared? Well, there's a number of tips that I could share with you, but the number one tip that I want to share with you is the importance of branding beyond your industry and creating what is called an umbrella brand. So take myself, for example. Even though podcasting is central to my strategy, even though podcasting has, worked well for me, I've grown my show to be the top 3% in the world, I don't market myself, I don't position myself as a podcasting expert. I position myself as an influence expert, and teaching people how to use podcasting is just one way that I serve that arena. So I want you to think about your area of expertise in broader themes. Let me give you another example. Let's say you're a health coach and you teach women how to lose weight. So that's one way that you can serve your niche as a niche expert. But if you think about yourself as a broader theme, as an umbrella brand, you could potentially position yourself as like women's total well-being. Like, you see the difference? Like, one is specific, one is scalable. And so when I decided to market myself in a broader way as an influence expert and not a podcasting expert, that's what opens me up to major media. That's what gets corporations to bring me in to teach workshops. That's what allows me to get on CNN. That's what allows me to write books that will be for the mass market. The next thing you have to recognize that you have to think beyond the mic. Everything that I just talked about right now begins with the mindset that your show is more than just a platform. It's a gateway to opportunity. Once you recognize that it's a gateway to opportunity, you will stop stepping over dimes to get to dollars. What do I mean by that? You will start looking at how do you land these scalable and predictable income streams that are going to be high five figure, low, mid six figure, high six figure, sometimes even low seven figure deals, instead of stepping over $50 post, $150 ad, selling a journal. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. I just prefer to have a business model that really grants me the ability to live the life that I know that I was born for. So if you're more interested in learning more about this, you can do a couple of things. Number one, I recommend that you tune in to the Influence Economy podcast. I launch a new episode every single Monday, and we're teaching you how to turn your visibility into profitability and how to turn your influence into a lasting legacy. You can also find me on social media at Shayna Rattler Davis. And so I thank you so much for this opportunity. And now it's your turn to step into the influence economy.